From Sinatra, swing to Brando's stage. Maryland's grace to JFK's age. It's Gianni, Russo, Hollywood's own. With Jeannie Raymond, secrets are shown. Hollywood Godfather.
Welcome, everybody. It's time for another Hollywood Godfather podcast. Now, this next show means a lot to me for so many reasons. I knew the director when he was like 6 or 7 years old. I just happened to be dating his mother, Marcia. I just happened to open Caesar's Palace at the time. And he was a cute little kid. He used to come sit on my lap outside in the sun. And I had always had chips on me. And he didn't realize what I was giving him. I was giving him a black chip. It was $100 every time I saw the kid. Because it didn't mean nothing to me. I was getting him out of the cage and that was fake money. So when I guess he found out eventually, and he said to me one day, sitting with, in a cabana next to me, "You're my dad, huh?" I said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Well, I don't know who my dad is." I said, "Well, I don't know either." So, but anyway, long story short, he winds up the director of Family Man, Brett Ratner, years later. Well, as you could imagine, years later. I mean, he went to NYU Film School. He graduated with honors. I kept listening and following him. We have mutual friends. I go on to mention a couple of their names, but on the air. And we're still friends. One of my oldest friends in the world is basically his adopted uncle, like I am his adopted father. All that said, it's interesting where he's gone. But I watched the movie again because the subject matter of Family Man is so complex. And I never knew this kid to be complex. He's so carefree and he's young. He never experienced life. And I don't know, did you watch Family Man recently?
I did. I watched it at Christmas time and loved it. I love Nicolas Cage and I love Tia Leoni. So I really enjoyed it.
But when you think about that plot, and Thea Leone, what's her name?
Tia Leoni, I think.
Tia Leoni. I mean, I got to know her. I mean, I was in the movie a long time. I was on the set all the time. A lot of it was shot here in New York City, fortunately. And then I was in a lot of the flashbacks. As you remember, I'm singing Happy Birthday. I'm on the bowling team. It's all his stuff. So let's, first of all, I didn't introduce you. Jeannie Raymond, my co-host, that's the famous voice you're hearing. You all know it better than me now. But we've gotten mail and people have said, "Why don't you do shows on some of the movies you made?" Well, thank you, because first of all, we want to do the shows you want us to do, but I'm finding this so inviting because it's refreshing my mind. I'm going back and watching movies I haven't seen myself. And this movie in particular, because of my relationship with Brett Ratner, and just getting into the mind of this person. And I think we should just jump into it because I'll make it. Why don't you make an analysis of what you think happened to this guy in the first 10 minutes?
The funny thing is here's this guy that thinks he's got the world by the tail, and he's got this fancy life, fancy cars, and he thinks his life is, all that in a bag of chips. And then all of a sudden he wakes up in a different life, and he's a single guy, right, with lots of money. Then he wakes up, he's got a wife, and
let's not get into that.
Sorry.
I want to dissect. The show will be over in 10 minutes with you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just funny how.
Because here's a guy, like you're saying, he's living in a high-rise building, a co-op that he owns part of it. You say he's driving a fancy car. He's driving a Ferrari, top-end Ferrari. Everybody knows him. And he has no regard for anybody else's feelings but his own.
Right. No one's time matters.
And
Nothing.
they show it because, unbeknownst to the audience, until we get to the meeting that he's going to, that he's late for, he has the whole top office staff waiting for him on Christmas Eve.
And has no idea. He's so oblivious to anybody's time or their lives.
But not only that was he not oblivious to it, he didn't care.
Yeah.
That was the message. It was all about him. Whatever he wanted to do, you had to do.
Oh, sure.
And that's who he was.
Right.
And I like the way they basically, I don't know if you caught it, they set it up where he's in this plush apartment. This girl, gorgeous girl, gets out of bed nude, and we watch her put a dress on with no underwear. And he said, "I'd like to see you tonight." She said, "Well, I can't. It's Christmas Eve." He said, "What are you talking about? I want to see you tonight." She said, "Well, I'm going to go see my family." He said, "You're going to go driving in all that traffic?" She said, "No, I'm taking a train and I'm going." That is the key of who the guy is. Right then and there, because he wanted this girl again. She shouldn't see her family. It's Christmas Eve. He's more important than everybody. So she laid a little out of who he is.
Oh, sure. Somebody so self-centered that it's hilarious to see that. And there are people like that. I've been around plenty of them. That's the last person in the world you want to be working for because they don't care. It's all about them.
Many people like that. I mean,
oh, I'm sure.
I mean, fortunately, I never had to put up with them or tolerate them, but some people, you got to listen because you need the job.
Oh, exactly.
So, and this is what the opening of the movie is, and he gets in his fancy car. He drives down to the office. When he gets out, the doorman's waiting for him. He throws the keys to him. He goes up to this office that's jammed with people around a conference table. They're all waiting to leave to go home for Christmas. And he's telling them, "No, your Christmas is going to come next week. We have this offering coming out." Like they didn't care.
Right. Like it's those type of people that just have zero regard for anybody else's life and doesn't even cross their mind to, like, why would anybody else matter?
No, but I liked the way they did the transition. I forgot that actor's name, that young black guy. What's his name?
Oh, I'll have to look it up.
I mean, this guy was brilliant. So, long story short, he pulls over in front of a bodega to get a cup of coffee or something, and he goes in there, and soon as he gets in there, this guy comes in to hold it up or to cash a phony lotto ticket, but they were already on to the guy, and he pulls out a gun. He's going to shoot the guy. So he speaks up and he says, let me make a deal with you, because the guy only wanted $200. He says, "I'll give you the $200. You'll give me nothing, I'll shoot you." He didn't realize him. And I think the light bulb went off right then and there. He can't control everybody.
Everyone.
And if he don't stop talking, this guy's going to kill him.
It's funny how all of a sudden something like that, people like that can't figure out why people aren't just doing what they're told.
Yeah.
Like, everybody usually cowers down to me. What are you doing? Jeremy Piven, is that his name? Jeremy Piven.
Oh, no. Jeremy's the comedy guy.
Oh.
Jeremy was the bowler in The Other Life.
Oh, is it Daniel Whitner?
Nope.
Oh, Ray Valentine.
No.
Well, there's too many people in the show.
Just
Bo Derek's in the show.
picture the only black guy. That's who it is.
No, there's a couple. I thought it would be easier. Yeah.
No, a thin guy. I know him well. He's a great actor too. I feel
All right.
embarrassed now that I forgot his name. Well, anyway, that's not important.
Right.
That's the setting. This is the first 10, 15 minutes of this movie. Now he goes to bed and he wakes up in the morning and he realizes it's not his sheets. It's not his house. He's looking at the back of a lady's head. And all of a sudden, these kids come in and jump in bed with him.
I don't even think we've said who it was.
I know. What?
Nicolas Cage. I don't even think we've said his name. It's Nicolas Cage waking up from this suave money guy.
The star of the show was Nicolas Cage.
Right.
He's the pompous idiot that we just described. And now he finds himself in an atmosphere he knows nothing about. And it's Christmas morning. And that's, I think, the message.
Yeah.
He destroyed all these other people's holidays.
Right.
He almost got himself killed for his big mouth, thinking he could control everybody. And now he wakes up in a strange house in New Jersey in the suburbs. He's no longer driving his Ferrari. He has a van like most other people who
With
have
the
a family. And the thing I like best, he's working for his father-in-law selling tires.
That is, he's like, he just is thinking, how is his right. Well, and you think, how many people think if their lives have been like, oh, what if I would have just married so and so? This is one of those things that you think maybe it's better that we leave well enough alone. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Here he is selling tires. He is like, what in the world happened to my life?
Well, but the thing that was I liked about it, and that again, it was very brilliant on Brett Ratner because he's a young guy. I never knew him to be what's the word I'm looking at? That's sophisticated in life and people because he was young. He didn't care, very carefree. He basically had a lot of things handed to him after a while. And here he's directing this movie and the simplicity of it, because now he has to make a relationship with a 3-year-old girl that's calling him daddy, and he don't even know who she is. I mean, that scene with that girl, I want to find out who she is.
Oh, good.
Where is she now 23 years from now?
Right. Good question. I wonder if they show her on this thing.
I'll get a name from her. And the cast, you go through the cast, you'll find out who played the little girl. No, but why I'm saying that to our audience listening, you can only imagine a guy that had the world on a string. I wanted to say by the balls, but on a string.
You got it.
Now put in a position, and he has a baby in diapers that can't even talk, who don't even know who he is, and he don't know who he is. So, but the little girl, another great scene, and Brett's not married. See, I've witnessed having kids and all that, but the scene which I think amazed me in the beginning of the movie, and I'm sure you being a mother also, is when she hands him his daughter, the baby rather, to change the diaper. And he don't even know to go.
Yeah, and it's your turn. You do it. He was like, oh,
girl's looking at him because she knows he looks like her father, but he's not acting like her father.
Right, you're not the guy.
She was like set back by that. So she's watching him try to change this kid. He opens the diaper, and there was so much mess in it. I could smell it through the camera. And she's pointing for what he should do.
Right.
The diaper, holding it out, not to smell it. And she's
Right.
paying there. He opens it up and throws it in. Then she's letting him know where the diaper wipes are, everything.
Yeah.
And he has to go through this thing. But those scenes, to me, it would take, only in my mind, it would take a guy who's a father at least. How does he know to direct that?
Right.
You-
How old was he during that?
Mother, well, Brett now is in his 50s.
Oh, wow.
Never been married. Don't have any kids.
Yeah. So to direct that, and man, that's a classic. That's another one of those movies that
Is almost, it's two-dimensional, but it's one-dimensional almost to the end. It's like so insane. And I want to chronologically the steps that were taken to do this. Even, when he had to get up to go to work. And it was the day after Christmas. He missed Christmas because he ran out of the house. He didn't know where he was.
oh, that's right.
And he got into this, a suburban, not even, what was it? It was a van.
Yeah, minivan.
A van, and drove into New York because he just couldn't figure out. He pulls up to the building. He is the owner in the co-op. He runs out in these cheap clothes and pajamas that he was in, and he runs to the front door, and this doorman that he just threw the keys to the night before,
Yeah.
and they all said good night. He says, "Where are you going?" He said, "What do you mean, where am I going? I live in the penthouse." He says, "Sir, I'll call the cops on you." And simultaneously, the lady that he had a conversation with on the elevator that he's been hitting on, that they share the floor, and she thinks she has more money than him, and they're in competition all the time anyway. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be with that lady if she was the last lady on earth. But anyway, all these great transitions.
Right.
This is all happening at the front door, and they told him, "Get out of here. We're going to call the cops." And he gets back in the van, drives home. He took all his time. He missed the opening of the presents with the kids. He met his in-laws on the way out, and he works for the guy,
Right.
Big Ed,
Oh, yeah.
selling
Tires.
tires, and he's the general manager of a tire store. He's not a billionaire up in Wall Street anymore. So I'm saying to myself, this is nuts. And to get what he got on film, because it's a brilliant movie, I recommend the movie to anybody.
Right.
All the time. And what I like about the movie mostly, you should watch it at Christmas time.
Oh, that's when I watched it this year. I watched it at Christmas.
It's such a message for people who think they have it all. And then when it's taken away and how to adjust again, it's a lesson in life. But to me, how he did it, again, I can't say enough about it. It was brilliant. But when you go through some of the scenes, like what were some of the scenes that caught your eye?
Well, I thought it was funny because I loved how he wasn't this big fancy guy anymore, but everybody loved him. You know what I mean? There's so many great people that you meet in life, and they're not going to ever have the most money, but they are the greatest people. And I love that. But I could just imagine, here you are, you have all this money, and now you're driving a minivan. You're like, what on earth happened? Like, I think that's so funny. But then it doesn't make you sit back and think, because I've always said, excuse me. So I had 4 kids. I worked my guts out my whole life taking care of us. And then I had a friend, and she had a big house, and she had a big, beautiful boat, and, fancy new cars all the time. What she really wanted was a baby, and tried for a long, long time to have a baby. And I thought, boy, you don't all get the same things. I would love a big house and fancy car and a husband that did what I said. But you know what? Everybody gets something a little different, and it's not fair. But I didn't get the big house, but I got these 4 kids that I adore, and I just think,
No, but the other thing, one of the other scenes that really hit me right in the beginning, obviously, and it was one of the scenes I was introduced in, and it was the Christmas party of that day. He missed the breakfast there and all that.
right,
We're going to a neighbor's house. That's an annual event for Christmas, and we go there, and I got a Nets jacket on for sports. I would never wear that jacket in a
I
million
know
years.
that.
We're all together, the neighbors, and we all knew each other for years. We're on the same bowling team. Just to let our audience know, we really know each other, and we spend every Christmas day together at this party. So we're all talking, and he's like, don't even know where he is at.
Right.
And I go up to him because he's my best friend. He's on my bowling team. And I said, what's the matter with you, man? You look strange. Oh, no, I'm okay. All right. Have a cigar. I said, it's not one of those Cuban cigars. It's American made. It's a good cigar. He never had an American made cigar in his life, this guy, up until now. I give him a White Owl cigar, and he lights it, and he makes him believe he loves it. I mean, it goes on in this movie. I find it hysterical. And we're not even like 10 minutes into the movie yet.
Right.
Because another thing I really, really liked. Well, why don't you tell me something that you liked? I mean, I'm taking this whole thing over.
Well, no, it's all right. Well, for me, I loved all the different aspects of how it all came about, where he just kind of had to fit into this life and kind of figure it out and figure out where he fit and try and make his way through this thing where it's so foreign to him, and he's so uncomfortable and it's so awkward because he can't figure out what's going on, but he's just trying to go with the flow and keep this going.
One scene that in the beginning of the movie that, he's looking for his wife. That's his new wife. They never had a wife. And she's in the shower. But he's still a full 100% a man. He's looking at the silhouette of this body,
Right.
shower nude, and then she opens the door because that's her husband. Why wouldn't she? And he's
Right.
looking at this body, and he's ready to jump on it, but he didn't know if he could or can't. But yet it's his wife.
Right. So you're like, well, I kind of got a
And then
pass
she
here.
comes out and wants to jump on him, and he don't know how to act.
Right. I'm sure he's been the exact opposite forever. Oh, funny. All right. Hey, we blew right past the break time. We got to do a quick commercial.
Okay, yeah, please. We got a couple of commercials. I'm doing a favor for my friend John with the pork store, J&S's Pork Store, 256 Union Street in Lodi, New Jersey, on the 19th from 3 to 5. Be there, please. He's a good guy. You're going to love him. After that, we're going to Fanboy Expo again. Everybody's showing up. All the cast of Dallas. Everybody's coming back. Don't miss it. It's in Orlando, Florida, September 26th, 27th, and 28th. And then my big date, I want everybody that can come on Columbus Day weekend, Resorts World, the Catskills, Columbus Day. That week is October 11th, 12th, and 13th. And my friend Dino Trombonino, the VIP of player development. If you don't have a player, a casino host, call him 401-741-0403. He'll get you in. You don't want to miss this show. All right, we're back. We're talking about Family Man. And it's a movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's a lesson in life. And when we get to the end of it, you're not going to believe the decision they both make.
Well, such a great show. And we were just talking about the naked body in the shower. And I remember the first show I ever saw, the actress in there, Tia Leoni, I think is how you say her name. She was in Bad Boys with Will Smith and oh gosh, I can't think of the other guy's name. And I remember when you said this, the the naked body in the shower, I'm like, that girl had the best legs I've ever seen. So hats off to Nicolas Cage. I'm telling you, that's she's a great actress. She's in all sorts of things.
She's been in a lot of movies. No,
Right.
she-
Yeah, I really like her. She's a great actress. But I loved it about the cigars. And then I just can't picture you on a bowling league, but I thought it was hilarious
oh,
that
none of us knew how to bowl.
well, and it's not your first movie with Nicolas Cage.
No, you know what's so funny that you should say that? Brett Ratner, the first day, wanted to take me to introduce me to Nicolas Cage. So we go in. This is part of film history, cinema history. Right now, I'm going to tell you something. So he said, I want to introduce you to Nicolas Cage. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
We go in, he knocks on his trailer, and we go in, and he says, this is Gianni Russo. I want you to introduce him. He says, we know each other.
Yeah.
And Brett says, well, how do you know each other? I said, Brett, did you ever see the movie The Godfather? He says, of course I saw the movie The Godfather. I said, with Nicolas Cage, his uncle is Francis Ford Coppola. And Nicolas Cage would not use the Coppola family name because he wanted to create his own. He was my ring bearer at the wedding scene, my first scene in the white. He had the white shorts on. That was
right.
As
but how old was he? Like 5?
7 or 8.
But yeah, just a little kid.
Yeah.
You've known him forever.
Joked about that. Yeah, I know him, but well, I mean, obviously, I didn't stay in touch with him. He was a little kid, but we thought it was funny.
Well, right. For you to come full circle there and be on the show with him again. So, Brett Ratner, have you been in any other movies with him?
You know what? One thing about Brett, he's a nice kid. He knows me well. He's put me in about 5 other movies that he's directed in.
Really?
Small parts, but just to be there, I'm there. Hello. But no, Brett's gone on. But you know, I hate to say anything negative, and I'm only going to say this so you know. He got caught up in that Me Too thing a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And destroyed his career.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. So let's see who else was in this show. Oh, when he goes to the neighbor's house and there's the neighbor's wife that's trying to have.
Well, she was the whore of the neighborhood. And he didn't realize it. He thought she was coming on to him. She comes on to everybody.
Right.
Remember when she comes on to him, he goes up to her in the bowling alley. She goes bowling every day for that reason.
Dude, that was hilarious. And then everybody telling him, here's this lady, she's all fancy. And they're all going, you've got the best wife of all of us. Are you kidding me? You know? So I just thought that was funny because it does, speaking of how life changes, it just shows you the things you think are important. You know what I mean? Or how fulfilled you think your life is when it makes you wonder if your life was different. I mean, look at you. Who knows when you were a kid before you got polio, do you even remember what it was you wanted to be when you grew up?
Oh no, who even thought about it?
Well, you know, some little kids are, I'm going to be a doctor or this or that. So I just wondered, and I think, how different would your life be?
6 years old, happy as hell, going to church every day with my grandma. No, my life was not complicated at all. I had thoughts. Everything was thought for me. They told me what to do, and I did it. That's what kids were then.
Oh, yeah. I watched something where it showed a lady, some girl saying something to her grandma, and the she was like, I'm depressed. And she's like, well, when I got depressed, we went outside and milked cows, you know, and just talking about how different life was now and how.
I don't know if kids could survive what we survived. Well, I'm a lot older than you, but you know, I'm even thinking about another scene I enjoyed that, you know, they had a thing about their anniversary and he didn't know about it.
Right.
It wasn't his anniversary. She don't know that.
Right.
He has the gift on the bed and all that. And just to show you how much she liked it, let's set it up for the audience. they went shopping in the mall prior to this scene, prior to Christmas, doing Christmas shopping. So they were going to a million stores, which he never did. He, had tailors came to his
People,
office,
yeah.
they measured him, they did everything. So he finds a suit that he loves. He's wandering around. It's a Xenia suit, and he puts it on. And his wife walks into the store, and she sees him with the suit. She says, "That's amazing. That suit looks so good on you." And she looks at the price tag, and it's $2,400. She said, "Are you crazy? This is $2,400." And he said, "So what? I pay more than that for other suits." And that she looks at him like saying, "Are you nuts?
Lost your mind.
But to show you the transition of her, she went and found off the rack some marked down Xenia jacket and bought it for him. He had no gift for her. So he resorts to only what he thought he should do. He took her to the fanciest restaurant in New York and made her think it was a surprise. He went there all the time. He even knew the menu. And he orders his famous bottle of wine that he was paying $800 a bottle for. And his wife said, "Honey, that bottle's 800." He said, "Oh, yeah. Just give me 2 glasses of red." I kept like what they were doing, going in and out of, bringing us to what is a reality to most of those people. And he's still trying to jump back into his own life, and Drake taking her with him. But I liked when they went to that suite, because that's where they made love. And that's when he realized he really liked her.
Yeah.
And now you don't even know it.
Right.
And
Now,
she's overwhelmed because she thought he made love like they made love all the time, how they made the kids. I mean, that was such a brilliant writing. And I mean, you being a woman, we're talking about very sensitive things.
right.
You would tell in 2 seconds if you were never with the guy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I'm really kind of funny about that, and pick up on little stupid things quite often, and just little weird gestures and stuff. So it was such a funny movie to think of somebody. How would you even know how to play somebody that's their life is so different than yours,
Right.
and taking care of kids. I mean, if you've never been around little kids,
God, forget about it.
that's like me having to tend the kids as dogs. I'm like, oh crap, it's just so foreign to you that, it's funny to watch that movie. But I'll tell you, Nicolas Cage has been in so many great shows,
Oh my God.
and I loved him in this one.
I think this movie, and I'll say it again, it's a great holiday movie for people who are together, to know what it means to be together, to appreciate each other. And I know we're running out of time, but I really want to get to the end of the movie because of the fact that now he's falling in love with her. He realizes that. And somehow, some way, he falls back into his life.
Yeah.
And
I remember how he
sees
broke.
the guy again,
Oh yeah.
the black guy who basically put him in this position.
Right.
And he said, "You can't keep doing this to me." He said, "I'm not doing anything to you. This is reality." And what I can't understand, because now he's recollecting when he was dating her and where she lived in downtown New York. So he takes his limo, because now he's back into being the rich guy.
Right.
And he remembers the address. They pull up to her brownstone where they stopped dating. He hasn't seen her in 6, 7, 8 years. She's very successful now.
Oh, that's right.
And she's moving to Paris. And there's all these people in her house. And he's looking around and he's dazed again. He's in a situation that he don't know what's going on.
Can you imagine? I mean, you just watch these shows and it kind of sets you back and think, how crazy would it be? But
now, what the scene I liked was the fact that when I like something, I got recall. You can't believe the girl that she made work on Christmas Eve, happened to be Christmas Eve again, was pissed. She's on the phone trying to rebook her because she missed her flight.
oh, that's
I
right.
got you on a 7:15 flight tonight to Paris. What do you think of that? And she just fluffed it off. And she's looking for a box of his old stuff that when they
Oh, that's
dated. And she gave him this box. And when he got into the limousine, he started going through it. And she saved his yo-yo. And she saved these things. Then all of a sudden, he realized he loves this lady. And the life he was living ain't worth nothing.
Isn't that crazy? You know, when they always say money can't buy happiness, I'm like, well, I'd like to give it a shot. But
this thing. And now he's in his Ferrari racing to JFK. He double parks the car, leaves it, runs in, and pulls her off the line. They're about to close the gate to a flight to Paris. And he says, you don't understand. I got to tell you, we have two. He's telling her his dream. We have 2 children. We live in New Jersey. We're very happy together. And she's looking at him like he's got 2 heads.
yeah,
He was looking at her.
at the beginning of the show.
I mean, that whole transition was amazing. And I still can't believe Brett Ratner directed this. He's never been in a relationship that he cared about anybody. He never had any kids. But the thing I found confusing, he absolutely talked her out of getting off that plane and have a cup of coffee with me. Leave tomorrow. I got to tell you what we have together. And she's looking at him like, we don't have anything together, you wacko.
I bet. Yeah. Can you imagine?
She had feelings from many years ago. And the symbolization of that was the box of all his belongings. She kept it all that time.
All that time. I love that. Well, you know, it's funny how somebody that you've had a very strong relationship, you'll relate to this. You don't see them for years, and then you run into them one time, and all of a sudden it's like nothing, like no time has passed.
Yep. No.
And so I look at you and Julia, and I just think some of those things, they're just everlasting, and destiny has a way of bringing you guys back into each other's path.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be.
We're running out of time. Anybody needs to see this movie. See this movie. It's a great movie, and I think I'm recommending you watch it every holiday.
Oh yeah.
Feel better about yourself, what you have, and the people you're around. Again, you know where the place I'm going to be, the bookstore, all that stuff, the expo. We're running out of time, and God bless you all. Jeannie, another great show. Thank you. I have the co-host, fortunately.
Oh, thank you.
We love you all. Keep the cards and letters coming. You know all the commercials. We got to run. God bless you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, Gianni. Love you.
From Sinatra's stage to Brando's scene, Marilyn smiling, the mob's ode sheen. Like, comment, subscribe, don't miss the show. Hollywood Godfather Podcast.com. Let's go. Follow at Hollywood Godfather, real Gianni Russo. We'll see you next week. That's how we do so.